From translation, TLB the Living Bible this 120 day of the year. Today we are reading passages 1 Chronicles 1-2 1 Chronicles chapter 1, verses 1 to 54 Adam, Seth, Enosh, Kenan, Mahalalel, Jard, Enoch, Methuselah, Lamech, Noah, Shem, Ham, and Japheth. The sons of Japheth were Gomer, Magog, Madai, Javan, Tubal, Meshech, and Tiras. The sons of Gomer were Ashkenaz, Riphath, and Togarmah. The sons of Javan were Elisha, Tarshish, Kittim, and Rodanim. The sons of Ham were Cush, Mizraim, Put, and Canaan. The sons of Cush were Seba, Havilah, Sapta, Rama, and Sabteka. The sons of Rama were Sheba and Dedan. Cush was the father of Nimrod, who became a mighty warrior on the earth. Mizraim was the father of the Ludites, Anamites, Lehabites, Naphtuhites, Pathrusites, Casluhites, from whom the Philistines came, and Caphtorites. Canaan was the father of Sidon, his firstborn, and of the Hittites, Jebusites, Amorites, Girgashites, Hivites, Archites, Sinites, Arvadites, Zemarites, and Hamathites. The sons of Shem were Elam, Asher, Arphaxad, Lud, and Aram. The sons of Aram were Uz, Hul, Gether, and Meshech. Arphaxad was the father of Shelah, and Shelah was the father of Eber. 2 sons were born to Eber. One was named Peleg, because in his time the earth was divided. His brother was named Joktan. Joktan was the father of Olmodad, Sheleph, Hazarmaveth, Jerah, Hadoram, Uzal, Diklah, Ebal, Abimael, Sheba, Ophir, Havilah, and Jobab. All these were sons of Joktan: Shem, Arphaxad, Shelah, Eber, Peleg, Ru, Serug, Nahah, Terah, Abram, that is, Abraham. The sons of Abraham were Isaac and Ishmael. These were their descendants. The firstborn of Ishmael was Nebaioth, then Kedar, Adbeel, Mibsam, Mishma, Duma, Massa, Hadad, Tema, Jetah, Naphish, and Kedemah. These were the sons of Ishmael. The sons of Keturah, Abraham's concubine, she bore Zimran, Jokshan, Medan, Midian, Ishbak, and Shua. The sons of Jokshan were Sheba and Dedan. The sons of Midian were Ephah, Hanok, Abida, and Eldar. All these were descendants of Keturah. Abraham was the father of Isaac. The sons of Isaac were Esau and Israel. The sons of Esau were Eliphaz, Ruel, Jeush, Jalam, and Korah. The sons of Eliphaz were Teman, Omar, Zepho, Gatam, Kenaz, and Timnah. The sons of Ruel were Nahath, Zerah, Shammah, and Mizah. The sons of Seir were Lotan, Shobal, Zibon, Anna, Dishon, Ezer, and Dishan. The sons of Lotan were Hori and Hemam. Lotan's sister was Timnah. The sons of Shobal were Alvan, Manahath, Ebal, Shepho, and Onam. The sons of Zibon were Ire and Anna. The son of Anna was Dishon. The sons of Dishon were Hemdan, Eshban, Ithran, and Cheran. The sons of Ezer were Bilhan, Zarvan, and Jarkan. The sons of Dishan were Uz and Aaron. These were the kings who reigned in Edom before any Israelite king reigned. Bela son of Beer, whose city was named Dinhabah. When Bela died, Jobab son of Zerah from Bozrah succeeded him as king. When Jobab died, Husham from the land of the Temanites succeeded him as king. When Husham died, Hadad son of Bedad, who defeated Midian in the country of Moab, succeeded him as king. His city was named Avith. When Hadad died, Samlah from Masrekah succeeded him as king. When Samlah died, Shaul from Rehoboth on the river succeeded him as king. When Shaul died, Baalhanan son of Achbor succeeded him as king. When Baalhanan died, Hadad succeeded him as king. His city was named Pau, and his wife's name was Mehetabel, daughter of Matred, the daughter of Mezahab. Hadad died. The chiefs of Edom were Timnah, Alva, Jeseth, Oholibamah, Elah, Pinon, Kenaz, Teman, Mibzar, Magdiel, and Aram. These were the chiefs of Edom. 1 Chronicles chapter 2, verses 1 to 90. These are the sons of Israel: Reuben, Simeon, Levi, Judah, Issachar, Zebulun, Dan, Joseph, Benjamin, Naphtali, Gad, and Asher. The sons of Judah were Onan, and Shelah. These 3 were born to him by Bathshua the Canaanite. Judah's firstborn, was wicked in the Lord's sight, so the Lord put him to death. Judah's daughter-in-law Tamar bore him Perez and Zerah. Judah had 5 sons in all. The sons of Perez were Hezron and Hamul. The sons of Zerah were Zimri, Ethan, Heman, Calcol, and Dara, 5 in all. The son of Carmi was Achar, who brought trouble on Israel by violating the ban on taking devoted things. The son of Ethan was Azariah. The sons of Hezron, Jerahmeel, Ram, and Caleb. Ram was the father of Amminadab, and Amminadab was the father of Nahshon, the leader of the people of Judah. Nahshon was the father of Salmon. Salmon was the father of Boaz. Boaz was the father of Obed, and Obed was the father of Jesse. Jesse was the father of Eliab his firstborn, Abinadab the second, Shimea the third, Nethanel the fourth, Raddai the fifth, Ozem the sixth, and David the seventh. Their sisters were Zeruiah and Abigail. Zeruiah's sons were Abishai, Joab, and Asahel, 3 in all. Abigail was the mother of Amasa, and the father was Jether the Ishmaelite. This Amasa was the leader who replaced Joab as commander of the army. Caleb son of Hezron had children by his wife Azubah and by Jerioth. Her sons were Jesher, Shobab, and Arden. When Azubah died, Caleb married Ephrath, who bore him Hur. Hur was the father of Uri, and Uri was the father of Bezalel. Later, when Hezron was 60 years old, he married the daughter of Machir, the father of Gilead. He made love to her, and she bore him Segub. Segub was the father of Jair, who controlled 23 towns in the land of Gilead. But Jeshur and Aram captured Havoth Jair, as well as Kenath with its surrounding settlements, 60 towns. All these were descendants of Machir, the father of Gilead. After Hezron died in Caleb Ephrathah, his wife Abijah bore him Ashur, the father of Tekoa. The sons of Jerahmeel, Hezron's firstborn, Ram, Bunah, Oren, Ozem, and Ahijah. Jerahmeel had another wife, Atara. She was the mother of Onam. The sons of Ram were Maz, Jamin, and Eker. The sons of Onam were Shammai and Jada. The sons of Shammai were Nadab and Abishah. The name of Abishah's wife was Abihail, and she bore him Arban and Molid. The sons of Nadab were Seld and Apam. Seld died without children. The son of Apam was Ishi, who was the father of Sheshan. The son of Sheshan was Arli. The sons of Jada were Jether and Jonathan. Jether died without children. The sons of Jonathan were Pelasha and Zaza. These were the descendants of Jerahmeel. Sheshan had no sons but only daughters. Sheshan had a servant, an Egyptian, whose name was Jarha. Sheshan gave his daughter to Jarha his servant to be his wife, and she bore him Attai. Attai was the father of Nathan. Nathan was the father of Zabad. Zabad was the father of Ephlal. Ephlal was the father of Obed. Obed was the father of Jehu, and Jehu was the father of Azariah. Azariah was the father of Helez. Helez was the father of Elisa. Elisa was the father of Sisamai, and Sisamai was the father of Shallum. The son of Caleb was Eleazar. Eleazar's sons were Hoshea the firstborn, Tihlah the second, Elah the third, Kenaz the fourth, and Eliphal the fifth. The sons of Eliphal were Zimri, Zechariah, and others. The sons of Kenaz were Othniel and Sariah. The sons of Othniel were Hasath and Meonotai. The son of Meonotai was Ophrah. Sariah was the father of Joab, who was the father of Jeharashim. It was called this because its people were skilled workers. The sons of Caleb's concubine Ephah were Haran, Moser, and Gazez. Haran was the father of Gazez. The sons of Jardai were Rejem, Jotham, Jeshan, Pelet, Ephah, and Shaph. Caleb's concubine Maacah bore Sheba and Turhana. She also bore Shaph the father of Madmannah, and Sheva the father of Machbenah and Gibeah. Caleb's daughter was Iksah. These were the descendants of Caleb: Hur the firstborn of Ephrathah, Shobal the father of Kiriath-Jearim, Salma the father of Bethlehem, and Haiph the father of Bethgader. The descendants of Shobal, the father of Kiriath-Jearim, were Harrow, half of the Manahathites, and the families of Kiriath-Jearim, the Ithrites, Puthites, Shumathites, and Misraites. From these came the Zorathites and the Eshtolites. The descendants of Salma, the father of Bethlehem, were the Netophathites, Atroth-Beth-Joab, half of the Manahathites, the Zorites, and the families who came from the scribe Jehinathan. These lived in the villages of the scribe. The scribe lived at Gibon. The descendants of Kela, the brother of Shobal, were Meonotai, who was the father of Ophrah, and the sons of Sariah, Jotham, Ahijah, Zeredah, and Jeri. They were the leaders of families. These were the men who lived in Jerusalem. The descendants of Judah who lived in Jerusalem were Jerahmeel the oldest, Jatta, Ajalon, Sheba, and also Maacah's descendants. The Zobahite's daughter was the wife of Caleb, and she bore him Haran, Moser, and Gazez. She also bore Shaph the father of Madmannah, and Sheva the father of Machbenah and Gibeah. Caleb's concubine Ephah bore Haran, Moser, and Gazez. Haran was the father of Gazez. The sons of Hur were the firstborn, Ephrath, and Shobal the father of Kiriath-Jearim, Salma the father of Bethlehem, and Haiph the father of Bethgader. The sons of Caleb were Uri, Eliah, and Baal. Caleb was the son of Hur, the firstborn of Ephrathah. The descendants of Hur were the firstborn of Ephrathah: Shobal, the father of Kiriath-Jearim, Salma the father of Bethlehem, and Haiph the father of Bethgader. The descendants of Jerahmeel. The firstborn was Ram, then Bunah, Oren, Ozem, and Ahijah. Jerahmeel had another wife, Atara. She was the mother of Onam. The sons of Ram were Maz, Jamin, and Eker. The sons of Onam were Shammai and Jada. The sons of Shammai were Nadab and Abishah. The sons of Abishah were Arban and Molid. The sons of Nadab were Seld and Apam. Seld died without children. The son of Apam was Ishi, who was the father of Sheshan. The son of Sheshan was Arli. The sons of Jada were Jether and Jonathan. Jether died without children. The sons of Jonathan were Pelasha and Zaza. The sons of Calcol were Shimei, who was the father of Micah, and Raphiah, who was the father of Shema. The sons of Shimei were Hamul, Zachar, Shimei, Harnepher, and Shual. The sons of Shual were Elishama and Jewel. The sons of Ehud were Elam and Binui and Manahoth. The sons of Manahoth were Aharai and Shaphan. The sons of Shaphan were Ahijah, who was the father of Jerahmeel, and Hilkiah, who was the father of Jedaliah. The sons of Ehud were Elam and Binui and Manahoth. The sons of Shaphan were Ahijah, who was the father of Jerahmeel and Hilkiah or Jedaliah. The descendants of Kiriath-Jearim were the Ithrites, Puthites, Shumathites, Misraites, and the Zorathites. The descendants of Salma were the Bethlehemites, the Netophathites, and the Atroth-Bethjoabites. The descendants of Caleb were the Marcathites, the Zobathites, and the Jabzites. The descendants of Caleb's concubine Ephah were the Haranites, the Mozates, and the Gazites. The descendants of Hur were the Ithrites, the Puthites, the Shumathites, and the Misraites. The descendants of Caleb's concubine Maacah were the Jeshurites, the Akathites, and the Marcathites. The descendants of Shobal were the Kiriath-Jearimites, the Ithrites, the Puthites, and the Shumathites. The descendants of Salma were the Bethlehemites, the Netophathites, and the Atroth-Bethjoabites.